not get started because it's the perfect time to get started. And I'm inspired. I'm inspired because there's change. And I love change. And I also love just going for something. And I'm inspired because I was able to meet a creator who inspired me to start something new. So as I am on this live, I have my phone in front of me as well as a camera in front of me because I spoke to this powerful creator named Melanin. Her TikTok account is called Holistically Hilarious Healing. Holistically Healing. I'm going to correct this and get this correct, meaning I will get this right. And we connected because we are with the same TikTok live agency, PMW, Keep Motion. You are here. What's up? What's up? What's up? I had her on a call and we were on a multi-guest call. And we connected. And I said, who is this girl? She just seems amazingly cool and special. And there's something about her that I want to know. And so I sent her a message like, oh my gosh, I love you. Who are you? I fall for people's energy because real recognizes real, first of all, second of all, and third of all. And we got on a live on TikTok later last night. This was last night. And I was speaking about my Patreon, which I somewhat abandoned. However, I did not abandon it. I also believe things come back around. Therefore, I shifted focus specifically to live and building my TikTok audience as well as continuing to work on my TED preparation. And she said, get on it, do it. You want a podcast? Do it. So I'm recording this for a podcast. This is why I'm switching between the cameras. So I have a microphone that will be connected and will be the audio for the podcast for my Patreon, as well as here on TikTok, which I love. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Wine. Continue to follow. I am doing this myself, so I'm requesting if you care to help any creator, you can continue to give live gifts, or my Cash App and Venmo is in my link in bio. And please donate in any way you can. I do have a pretty good setup. However, I crowdsource. I'm doing it myself. I'm not waiting. And I said, yeah, I'm doing that today. Thank you, She Woman Haters Club, for the follow. I got to get on it. And that's what it's about. Feeling something, feeling that creative urge or the urge to start something and actually starting. I woke up in such a invigorated mood because I said, I'm doing this today. And even complete transparency, even putting my Venmo and Cash App into my link in bio, that took a bit of a push for me. Because as I was speaking to this creator last night, it's this element of receiving. And I am one of these, I'll do it myself, I can do it myself, I'll do it myself. And it is okay to receive. And that's really a lesson. Thank you for the follow, Sandeek. And I'm sharing this because in my speaking as a professional speaker, really as a media personality, because I dream. And now I say, well, I'm broadcast. I'm a personality. I see I see the dream of really having a platform to showcase other voices, because I spoke about this, reach one, teach one. Some of us may be a bit more hardened and can do a little bit more than others, so we can allow others to come and do what they choose to do. And that is a beautiful piece of advice to share, just that element of receiving, because as a person who constantly is building, I forget that you don't ask for help because you're weak. You ask for help to remain strong. And there's no harm in being open to receiving. And again, I'm sharing this because my link in bio, I put my Cash App and my Venmo, and I was apprehensive. Like, why would I do this? That feels weird. And even starting this journey, I'd already started my thank you. It's custom, as it should be. I had started my Patreon probably in March or April when I really started showing up every day. What's up, DJ Hazard? So there are a few other pieces of content already on my Patreon. However, I will save the good stuff for that. What's up? And I don't even know what I would name the podcast. However, anyone in the chat can help. My first thought is always hope is speaking, because everything is hope is speaking. However, I can be a bit more creative. So again, any donations to help a creator build just with other equipment would be ever so helpful. And again, my Venmo and Cash App is in my link in bio. I know, I like Hope is Speaking too, because it is Hope is Speaking. What's up, Mild? And it's a double entendre, because it's me. Hope is speaking as well as hope is speaking. And the lessons that I'm rapidly learning, especially the receiving, and I have often been in the space to help others, or to, let me change that word from help to just enable others. That's right. Listen up. Hope is speaking. That's right. To enable others. So for me to learn to actually be open to receiving, specifically with money, is a new idea for me. Because my father would always say, well, if someone gives you money, if a man gives you money, he's going to want something, which I do think has some elements of truth, because my father he knows a little something. Thank you, Zach Black, for the gifts. However, it doesn't always have to be financial. It could just be time. It could be wisdom. Yeah, Miles, that's right. And then my father, look at me, and he has 5 of us, and we are all beautiful and eclectic and strong and unique. So it could have been an element of protection. I don't know. This is my guess. Thank you, Mild. So I think often about the things that my father would say, and that may be my resistance to just receive, because I am really steadfast on I can do it myself. And because I ask for a lot, I ask for a lot. Thank you, Zach Black. I appreciate that. I'm shining like a light today. And thank you, Keep Motion, for liking the live. We are already over 1,500 likes. I appreciate that. DJ Motion, I appreciate you liking the live. Share the live as well. So I named this podcasting People Pleasing and Power. Thank you for the earth, Zach Black. With speaking, the power of 3 is pleasing for the ear, meaning people pleasing, power, podcasting, 3 words that start with a P. It's pleasing to the ear. And as a speaker, I do use that often. Thank you for sharing the live Keep Motion. Thank you for the lightning bolt, Zach. I appreciate that. I appreciate all those gifts. And I will say again, you can gift as well as donate. Link in bio, Cash App, Venmo, anything for my new equipment, because this is going to be on my Patreon. And I have actually, let me go into this, especially with podcasting. I had already saw myself doing this. So years ago, I had started buying things like the microphone, the SMB 7. This is Shure SMB 7. Michael Jackson always recorded on a Shure microphone. So I had bought this because I already knew I was going to do this. I did not set a date, but I just started acquiring the things I needed: the lighting, the cords, the adapters, the camera, the everything, the setup. Thank you. Well, I should be. I am a professional speaker. You can go see my TEDx talk. It's in my link in bio. I think it's the first thing when you click, you can watch that. And there's going to be more with that, especially just enabling others to speak with confidence and not to get on a stage and speak. Thank you, Mild. Thank you for the follow. Not to get on the stage and speak. If you want to do that, I can help with that. But we speak in everything we do. Meaning speaking to yourself, speaking to your parents, speaking to your family, speaking to people in your interpersonal relationships. When you have confidence in that, you show up differently. You stand erect. Your words are charged. Instead of saying, "Hi, my name is Hope." No, "Hi, what's up? My name is Hope." I'm direct. I'm speaking directly to you. I'm looking at you. I want you to hear my words. And even as an exceptional communicator, because that's what I say, I'm an exception. Thank you. And I have another one because I've recorded some tracks on my YouTube page. I have a few of my affirmation, like meditations, but I just like the instrument of the voice. And I also have another microphone that I would record music with. So I'm jumping around, but I already knew this would be a step. So I started making the investments to have it available. Instead of saying one day I will, I just started acquiring. And I would go to Guitar Center. And here's the thing, I like the best, especially with equipment. There is a way of starting with what you have. I believe you should start with what you have. So if you got $50, get the best you can get with $50. And often that means Craigslist, or I think Facebook Marketplace. People are always selling things, but research what is the best. And you can find it. Some people just want to get rid of it. And I went into Guitar Center specifically looking for a mic, and this was a open box return. Exactly, setting your intentions. This Shure microphone was an open box return. So I think it's regularly priced at $400, but it might have been like $100 off or $287 or something. I just bought it because I knew the investment, and I knew, okay, this is a worthy investment, and this is here for me. This is here for me. I always have my eyes open. And I also do my Googles and I'm aware of what is the best. And I'm sharing that to say, understanding that quality is always, to me, the winner. So whatever you have at that time, buy the best for what you have. I'm not one that says go out and put it on credit. Nah, if that's what you got, just wait. It will come. Check out Facebook Marketplace. Check out Craigslist. Check out these online forums, especially eBay and things like this. Thank you for sharing the live, Keep Motion. You're a winner. You're a hopeful, definitely. And you need to go get a hopeful shirt. My merch is also in the link in bio. You know, I got it all. Okay, you got to show your hopefulness. So with lighting and all of this, I like to explain this process because often thank you, Keep Motion. You know, you can send me wherever you want. Just don't send you, okay? Let me say that disclaimer because you just may do that. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to get to that, Zach Black, because I do consciously work on my voice. I do not smoke. I drink water all the time. Exactly. I'm always hydrating. I love tea. I understand how caffeine can dehydrate your voice. I do vocal workouts. I'm tea with honey. I'm constantly tuning my instrument because when I'm not speaking on here, thank you for the ice cream cone, I am going to speak. And I learned the beauty of that. Thank you for the pumpkin spice latte. And I've never had one of those. I've never had a pumpkin spice latte. I don't drink coffee. I don't think Starbucks is that great. I don't go to Starbucks just because I have my meditation of making my tea every morning. And I also don't think that that's a worthy investment for me. However, people seem to really love their Starbucks drinks. And I'm sure that pumpkin spice latte is delicious. I've never had it. I've never had any of those drinks other than just a regular tea or a lemonade tea thing, just to share. So if you give me a Starbucks gift card, I'm just going to get tea or maybe one of their Danishes, but I don't think their Danishes are that great. So the investment in the best that you can buy, and me just keeping my eyes open, but this is with everything in life. So this investment could be with the people that you surround yourself with. Thank you, Happiness. Oh, I love that Happiness joined. I love that when you are in a true space of I'm receiving the best that life has for me, that's people, that's situations, that may be occupations, that's opportunities. And when your eyes are open to it, you can immediately see it. Immediately. Like when I walked into Guitar Center and saw this microphone was on an open box return. And how that awareness can steer us in life. But it is that sheer awareness. And within that awareness, learning, because it's all a lesson. Everything is a lesson. And when I labeled this podcasting, people pleasing, and power, there is a power to that. There's a power to know what's for you. There's a power to knowing that where you are isn't where you will always be. There's a power to that. And as I was speaking with this creator last night, I said, girl, you attracted me to you and I was attracted to you because, full disclosure, I had forgotten my power. I had forgotten my power. I had forgotten about all of the accomplishments for the year. I had forgotten about the TED Talk that was only 4 weeks behind me. And I was in a space of, what am I doing? And keep motion, I was thinking like I should just give up. And then I thought, give up to do what? What's the other option? Sure, give up hope. Give up the passion for being a professional speaker. Give up the passion for speaking and inspiring others, especially a younger generation that may see you as the reason why they go for something, or why they say they can do it, or why they travel, or why they allow themselves to be seen in front of a camera. Yeah, give that up. And since you are, what is the opposite? What does that mean? What does giving up mean? What does it mean? And I allowed an expression of tears because it really was a space of sheer just not understanding my power. Not understanding my power. Not understanding that if I look back, even to this time last year, what has been accomplished? And how easily we forget our power. And how easily we forget what we have accomplished. And how easily we just forget. And in those tears, it was also a feeling of solitude in a different space. Solitude in the sense of who encourages me? Who encourages me? When I need that word of encouragement or hope, just keep going. I understand. I'll listen. Who encourages me? And at that time, and I always get exactly what I need, my younger sister FaceTimed me with my mother in the background. And I said, I'm so glad that you called because I need a word of encouragement. And my mom said, girl, well, you ain't going to get it from me because I'm trying to make dinner. And I thought, exactly this. Okay. And she said, no, I love you. I support you. I believe in you. Keep going. I said, thank you. And even that quick exchange, then I said, Hope, you're the motivator. In these times, you may have to motivate yourself. And through the tears, I said, I may not understand now, and everything is working out. I may not see the complete picture, and everything is always working in my favor. I don't know what is to come in the next minute, and that may be the surprise. I have no idea how my voice, just me continuing, has affected others to maybe continue on their dream, maybe to uplift them in that moment, maybe just to feel good. And through that expression of tears, I just kept saying, it is working out. Everything's working out in my favor. I'm doing a great job. Everything's perfectly placed. I'm exactly where I need to be. There's no way I can fail. I am a conqueror. I am doing this. I am ready. I will understand in due time, and I am okay. And I'm sharing this story to share that at times we will have to be that motivating voice for ourselves. We may have to be the one to lift us up out of a darkness, even through an expression of tears. Because the battle, my mother says, you don't want to win the battle, you want to conquer the war. Sometimes it's just within yourself. Sometimes it's just you. Sometimes it's just the story that you are replaying for yourself. Sometimes it is negative thoughts. Sometimes it's you forgetting your power. And I had to remind myself, and I'm sharing this to challenge you to remind yourself of your power. Remind yourself of what you had to endure and conquer and grow into to arrive at this moment. And even in those moments, that is perfectly okay to be in that space of feeling whatever you want to feel or whatever needs to be released. I do not critique myself in that moment. I allow myself to feel that, release it. I will journal or say, okay, that's out, it's moved. And I feel good about myself and step back into my power. And within moments, I went on to TikTok, and as I was scrolling, I saw a multi-guest live with my TikTok live agency, which is PMW Live. And every Wednesday have a multi-guest live. And I was sent by one of the head A&Rs an invite. And I had to wipe my tears and I said accept, and I came on to this multi-guest live. And it completely shifted me. Because I do turn on. I do enjoy people. I do love to speak. And this is where I met this creator. Holistically hilarious. Holistically hilarious. Like hilarious, but spelled H-E-A-L. Hilarious. And as she was speaking, she was as cool as me, which you got to be pretty cool to be as cool as me. And she had all of these witty antidotes and just was beautiful and was glowing. And she has a practice of laughter yoga. And we did a few breathing exercises and laughed, and it shifted my space. I shifted back into my power. I shifted back into here. This is what you need. Yes, hilarious. I know. She's an amazing creator. And in that time, we were on this live for 20, 30 minutes. It was the shift that I needed. And I share this to say at times, remember, nothing lasts forever. I remember my father would say that, especially during COVID. He would say, nothing lasts forever. And my father is 76, so he's seen quite a bit. And that's it. Those low moments, the moments of sadness or whatever expression that wants to be felt and released. That's another thing. If the tears or the anger or the feeling wants to be felt and released, feel it and release it. And Zach Black, I understand press on, however, feel it and release it. I know how to release it. I will not suppress it. I often will go and grab a pen and a journal and write exactly what I'm feeling and get it out, because it just wants to be processed. It wants to be out. And holistically hilarious healed me in that moment. And it was a beautiful sense of, yeah, this is why everything is always working out. This is why everything is perfectly placed. This is why TikTok was the method of me receiving it, but it could be a phone call from a friend at that perfect time. It could be if you're in any place such as a supermarket and someone just starts a conversation that shifts you out of that worry or that regret or that anger. Because I truly believe we call in what we need. And just a minute. And the beauty in that, the beauty in how we are constantly putting ourselves in the perfect spaces. And so we were on this multi-guest live for about 30 minutes. And after we got off, I immediately added her and go and follow this creator on TikTok. I looked at some of her content and I saw she was live. And I immediately, because I felt that shift in energy or that feeling, whatever you want to label it. And I said, oh my gosh, hey, how are you doing? You're live. I was so happy. And I had shared with her, I'm going live. I'm going to contact you. Let's go on live together. And it took me about an hour because I went and started thinking of funny things. This is another way to really shift any uncomfortable or discomfort. I love to laugh, as does everyone. That's like when people say, like, I hate liars. Who says I love someone who lies to me? No one does that. And maybe they do, but I've never met anyone like that. However, I laugh at myself all the time, and my family is hilarious. And I recalled a time where I had given someone a ride while I was in Maui from Target to the person's home. And this person was a card reader, like tarot cards. And she said, because you gave me a ride, I will give you a card reading for 50% off. And I thought, oh, that's great. Okay. And she said, just go on to my website and, book a reading and I'll give it to you for 50% off. And I went to her website and the readings were like $1,200. Did you hear me? Her readings were $1,200. So it was great. She was giving me half off, but it wasn't enough off. And I laughed about it. I remember going to the website and just laughing at that time, watching it, laughing. And I thought about that. And I started laughing, and I thought about a child's birthday party that I went to. Exactly. What in the world? Exactly. I thought about a child's birthday party that I went to, and one of the mamas had about, 14, 17 kids there. And she only got enough pizza to give everyone one slice of pizza. And I thought, if I was a kid, I'm not coming to your birthday parties no more. I don't go to a birthday party to get one slice of pizza. These are kids. They eat. They need more than one slice of pizza. And I started laughing and I started thinking of other times. So I was self-soothing myself by just laughing. And then I said, okay, yeah, now I'm ready to go live, because when I go live on TikTok or anytime I speak, Keep Motion, I'm right. You do not want to go anywhere where they say you can only have one burger or one wing or one piece of pizza. Are you insane? No, if you with me, we eating. We are eating. And you get a take-home carrier. What is this? Exactly. You need at least two. And these are young kids. You giving them one little diddly slice of pizza, a cup of punch, and one cupcake? I would have checked out there. I ain't ever going to any of her birthday parties. So that is a way to shift out of any spaces of discomfort, laughing. Remember things that are funny, laugh. feel those great times. And when I was ready to speak, because I speak when I am in my highest, happiest self. And I came on and I was invigorated. Exactly. One cupcake. That's where I said, you know what? Let me tell you, this was a family member too. So that's the other thing. But I speak when I am clear, when I am in alignment and ready to connect and give individuals what they need. I'm a speaker for a purpose. And when I was fully back in my power, I connected with this creator, and she came on as a guest and we spoke for 2.5 hours. You missed it, Keep Motion. You really missed it because it was great. And the beauty of connecting just with that other individual in an authentic way and being honest and hearing the feedback from everyone who was in the live. And what was unique was I shared with her, you really shifted me back into my position of power. Because right before we were on that live, I was boo-hooing. And she said, that's crazy. So was I. And when you were on that live, I was like, this girl seems so powerful and calm and confident. And I just felt that you radiated something. And I was really intrigued. And now I think she's like my best friend. This is the thing. I do fall in love with people's energies. And the beauty is everything we need is always there for us when we allow ourselves to be open to it. And when we allow ourselves to truly be in that space of, I release this, and then that help comes in from whatever outside realm you believe in, whether that's a higher power or spirituality or yourself or however you label it. I truly believe it's there for us. And it was for me last night. And I felt so invigorated. So when thank you, I got 4 checks? Okay. When I woke up this morning, I was such in a space of power. And I have created a journal. I'll probably post it tonight because it's been a work in progress, but I do love journaling. I journal every day. My first page is whatever's on my mind or my dream or my perfect day. So I will wake up, and if I'm feeling angry, I'm angry, but I'm thinking about a cheeseburger, just clearing my head so I can go into the day clear. And then I'll start saying, today worked out perfectly. Everything fell into place with ease. I felt so good and so healthy. And then money just came out of thin air, and I'm open to it, and I received it, and I'm so happy. I just script out the day. The second day is, thank you, Zach Black, for liking the live, continuing to like the live. My second page is I am statements. It always starts with I am love, usually followed by I am power, I am powerful, I am empowered, I am standing in my power, I am healthy, I am flexible, I am hilarious, I am clear, glowing, even toned skin, I am hydrated, I am respected, I am grateful, I am strong, I am fearless, a whole page of those. And then the last page is gratitude. I am grateful. I'm grateful for this day. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for my bed. I am grateful for my home. I'm grateful for water. I'm grateful for this experience called life. I am grateful for the ability to talk. I am grateful, and a whole page of just I am grateful. By the time I finish those 3 pages, There is no space of discomfort. I am completely revved up for the day and I feel it. And then I immediately go into my meditation of just deep breathing, quiet, deep breathing, or my own meditation, or listening to ask formations. I'm really into ask formations. Maybe I'll record some tonight. I am really in this creative spirit, and when it comes, I'll immediately do it. Just like recording this podcast. I gotta do it. There is no, okay, I'll do it next week. Nah, I'll do it today. My whole day lined up to do this. And ask formations. Why is everything always working out for me? Why do I feel so good in this day? Why is my body so healthy? Why is keep motion always on my lives making me feel beautiful and good and spectacular? Why am I always receiving the best opportunities? Why are things always working out in my favor? And that's all I listen to. Yeah. And even I shared that to be vulnerable to receive, because that's a big space for me, specifically with money, in the sense of I'm open to it now. Let me say I'm open to it now. Coming from others. When someone says, here, Hope, here's this amount. I mean, I'm going to take it regardless, okay? Let me let you know. I will take it. My mother says, always take it, girl. Take it. Good afternoon, retired LEO Lords. Good to see you. And you were in the live last night, so you were able to experience what I'm sharing now, because this is also a podcast. This is why I'm double mic'd and I have a camera in front of me. Just receiving without even the thought of I have to do XYZ. Because as I was speaking to Hilarious Healing, we were speaking about that, where I'm going to a concert because someone said, yo, I got these tickets. One of them has your name on it. Thank you. Thank you. Oftentimes, the thought is, I can only go if I put my own money into it. What about if someone just thought of you and buys it for you? What about if, I don't know, someone sees me on live and says, I want to help you out. Here you go. It could come from anywhere when you're open to it. And being open to it is that part. So, podcast, power, people pleasing. Last night I had a shirt from Magnolia Pearl, which is this designer that makes all of her clothing from secondhand salvaged clothes and textiles. And it has the package of zigzags like rolling papers. And it was the first time I wore it on camera because I did not know if it would be offensive. But it's just a rolling paper. It doesn't mean you're rolling something illegal. And I share that because people pleasing isn't always within our personal relationships. At times it's just sitting there in our minds, something like that. And in my space of authenticity, just showing up, like truly showing up how I am without the thought, am I going to offend someone? Are people going to like this? Are they not going to like this? I'm truly just walking in that space of being received, putting my creativity out there consistently with diligence and purpose, and knowing it's out. It's out. I may even drop one of my tracks, Keep Motion, because they're all like upbeat tracks that you want to hear. And the beauty of just creating. There's a beauty in just the act of creating, just the act of that artistry, that artistic side. And I always have been that. And I'm now fully planted in that. My family is quite scholastic. So although we were all in arts and sports and other activities, there was not the firm, well, I don't know if it was not a firm belief of that can bring you success, but my parents, being baby boomers, may just have believed that consistent financial success only comes from what seems tangible. But anything creatively that I put my hand at, my parents would support. So there's that too. I was never told I couldn't do that. When I went into, I was a dancer, I was a cheerleader, I pursued dancing professionally, and I talked about that. I like dancing. Typically in a group of just regular people, I'm the best dancer. With professional dancers, I'm a good dancer. And there is a difference. And when I started going to dance auditions, that's where I saw, man, baby, I got moves, okay? And I feel the music, okay? Going to dance auditions is how I found out I don't love dance enough to commit my world and works to it. Same with modeling. Going to castings and constantly hearing about how someone sees you, your appearance, your lack of certain things, or too much of something, or not enough of something, I didn't like it. And I found more joy in other parts of style and entertainment and fashion. And the beauty of that is the power to try. I've seen this book a lot, The Creative Whack, A Way of Being by... Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, and you got it from the airport bookstore? I'll have to check that out on Libby. Now, they have not paid me for this, but I love Libby. Libby, Libby, is a library app where you download the app. You can put your library card from whatever state. I have library cards in different states, and rent books. You can rent books onto this app. And from that, you have like the access to rent so many different books. And you can also access music and streaming platforms for music and TV shows. So Libby, Libby. The Libby app is the app that I use to store all of my library cards because I am an avid reader. Currently, I'm reading The Art of War for Managers. So it's The Art of War, but like for business. And that's a great way. Yeah, Zach, because I'm in a book club as well. And I rent all my books online. I do have hard copies as well because I do like reading a book, hard copy. However, the Libby app is a great app. And there's another app. But if you have a library card, download Libby, and it's fantastic. Thank you, Maureen. Maureen is back. So stepping into your power by trying things, stepping into your power by releasing whatever you're feeling in that moment, whether it's an expression of tears or sadness or solitude, whatever it is. I've learned how to label it. I find that is productive for me. I am feeling, and I learned this from my therapist, who is fantastic. labeling my feelings. I am feeling sad, not I am sad. It's just a feeling. It will pass. I am feeling sad. Why? I am feeling like no one in the world cares. Okay, is that true? No. Okay, so where's this sadness coming from? And going deep. Okay, so where's this coming from? Is it something else? Is it lack of worthiness? Are you equating money with the lack of yourself? Yay! Oh, I love a walk, especially in the woods, especially by a lake, a body of water. I actually did a cold plunge today. I've been on my cold shower routine. I love a cold shower, especially I'm in a new cycle of creation. So in the morning, cold shower. And I remember someone saying, it's very hard. That's a part of it. But turn on the cold shower. Don't say 1, 2, 3, just get in. You turn it on, you get in. You get in. It's a part of discipline. It's a part of course I can do this. And then because I have access to a pool and the temperature is lower, I now just do a dive into the cold pool. So it's like a cold plunge and it brings your temperature down. It's great for your skin and it really wakes you up. And I'm on that. Okay. So you have to understand I'm doing these works. This skin and the energy that you feel comes from doing somewhat difficult things daily. Thank you for the finger heart, Zach Black, and I love that. And it's really refreshing, especially the cold plunge. I'm an avid fan of the cold plunge, avid. Cold shower, great. Up to, I would recommend 3 to 5 minutes, and then turn up your thermostat, turn up the water, the temperature of the water in the shower, or be a real G and just have the shower cold. I find it beneficial. I find it to build character. It's great for so many aspects of your body, and the real ones know. So if you come and say, I can't do it, it's hard, it ain't for you, and that's okay. But leave the ones who can do it alone, because we doing it. So podcasting, this will be on, I will upload it to both YouTube and my Patreon, but there will be a paid side of Patreon where we will go deeper. I will expose a bit more because I'm ready for that. I'm ready to be truly transparent. And some things have to be behind the paywall. They just do. So subscribe to my YouTube, Hope is Speaking, because I will upload this there, as well as my Patreon. There's already content there. However, the good stuff will be behind the paywall. I will upload twice a week. And this is why this is labeled Podcast Power and People Pleasing. We spoke about the podcast. We spoke about power. We spoke about people pleasing. But all of this comes down to being, another P word, thank you, Keep Motion, present. Present. When I had that expression of tears in that moment yesterday, I did not say, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel sad. I shouldn't be feeling this. I'm going to press this down. No, I'm present. I allow myself to feel this and how powerful that is. And my birthday is coming up. As I shared, I guess this is a milestone, but every birthday is a milestone. And every birthday I don't put too much weight on, because since I've been a flight attendant, every birthday I've been in a different country. So it's not like, okay, I'm turning 40, I'm taking this trip somewhere. Every birthday has been in a different country. And every day is a milestone. I don't really weigh certain birthdays heavier than others. However, her early 30th, you can tack on 10 additional years to that, Zach Black. However, because of all the changes that have happened, especially like with TED, it's just a different space. And feeling the presence of where you are in this movement, in this moment, in your life, in this week, in this year, in your relationship, whatever it is. And even the beauty of vulnerability. Now, you won't see me coming on here and crying, okay? Don't expect to see that. You will never see that. You will hear me talk about it after, but you won't see me crying on camera unless I'm acting. And just growth, real growth of saying, maybe I haven't had that. Yeah. If you feel it, don't fight it. I love that, Zach. I don't fight it. I don't fight people. I don't fight what I feel. I just allow and I trust and I go on, just like this. Okay, I'm going to create a podcast. How am I? Not how, just go record. Just go record. I already know my best angles. I already know my lighting. I already got what I needed. Do it. And the beauty of that, the beauty of completion without it being perfect. I am perfect for me. That's it. Perfection is boring anyway. Perfection is boring. I like worn things. This is why I like worn clothes, vintage clothes, secondhand clothes, worn, just old things with character. Just do it. It's whack when you consistently hear a person saying, well, I won't be good at it. Well, sure, that's how it works. But to be good, you have to do it. There is a process. And the beauty of just throwing yourself in it is the secret. The true secret is just doing it and then doing it again 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 and then enjoying doing it, enjoying the process, enjoying learning, enjoying getting better, enjoying seeing how you have improved. So I am proud of myself. There's another P word. I am proud of myself for saying, I'm going to start this podcast today. I've been saying it. I have recorded and then said, no, I don't want to put that up. Forget that. That's whack. Do it. Do it. Like Nike, just do it. And be proud. Be proud of your progression. Be proud of just that act of showing up. Be proud of what it took to say yes. That's confirmation from Peso, another P word. And the beauty of just reflecting and saying, I did it. Like with this, I did it. I did it. And I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of the journey. Outside of who sees it, it's the fact that it gets out. When I committed to going live on TikTok consistently, I said, okay, I have 1,000 followers. I'm going to go live twice a day because I know I love to speak. That is what I do. Then do it. Whatever you want to do, do it. This is how Zach Black found me, and Real Motion, and all of these people know about Hope. Hope is Speaking, because I just committed myself to doing it. And I committed myself like a job. I showed up every day. And you never know who's watching, especially in the space of content. You never know who's watching. And there's something beautiful about that. Hold on. The beauty in, hold on, guys. The beauty in content is all it takes is one. And this really is just a life lesson. It only takes one. It only takes one. It only takes one person to see you. It only takes one person to feel your effect. It only takes one. And often people are so held back by their internal restraints that they don't even show up. It only takes one person to see your creations, your content, hear your voice, see your dance, see your projects. It only takes one. And my father would often talk about the law of numbers. The more you do something, the higher chance you have of people seeing it or having a sale, especially if you're doing cold calls. But it only takes one. And I'm reminded of a creator who said he was recording and putting his content up on YouTube, and he would get like 5 views for a year or two, and he was just recording and putting his content consistently. And one of those 5 views was Oprah. Thank you, Maureen. It was Oprah Winfrey, watching consistently. And she later brought him on, and I believe he had a show on her network. It only takes one. Thank you, Maureen, for the gifts, for the heart me, and for the team bracelet. I appreciate that. You know I love a bracelet. I prefer an earring, but I love a bracelet. And I'm sharing this because now I'm a part of this space, and I'm dedicated to it. And I'm dedicated in the sense that I show up. If you want to do anything, but specifically content, consistency is key. Don't say, well, I don't get enough likes. You will eventually, but just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. The more that you show up, it will be like muscle memory. Thank you for the confetti, Maureen44. Thank you. I love that. That was a cute gift. The consistency is your audience wants to see you. When I don't show up, I went on a hiatus for like 2 weeks after I did my TEDx talk because I had to heal my voice. My voice was completely gone. Thank you for the big love, Zach Black. As well as my body was just healing. And I received messages, Hope, I need a word, and are you okay? And people watch these apps and they fall in love with content, and you may be a part of their daily habit. And it's a beautiful space. It's a beautiful space to see that you in your authenticity are showing up and someone just appreciates it and likes it and supports it and is there for it all the time. And the beauty of this content space is you can just show up. It's no longer 20 years ago where it would only be really a television space where you could do this and it was a selected few and it may have taken more to do. Now you can just show up with your phone. You don't even need the lights or a mic. You build up to that. And this is important because I truly believe as a speaker, I'm always talking, and I hear so many beautiful stories that are empowering, that are enlightening, that are helpful. And it is a goal of mine to empower more voices to be heard. Because there's stories of things that have happened in our lives, and until we share them, we don't know that it's probably happened to someone else, and how helpful it can be to find that unity, to find that similar story in someone else's story, to find that oneness. Create. If you've wanted to, do it. If you wanted to just speak or get comfortable talking to other people, I think speaking especially on social media helps because you don't have feedback. However, the feedback that you may have, it goes both ways. But with content, get comfortable with speaking to a camera and just be comfortable being seen, because that is another avenue where individuals say, well, I don't want to show my face. Forget about that. Why don't you want to show your face? That is a lack of worthiness. That's a feeling that you're going to be judged, and work on that because you're seen every day. Every time you get in your car to go to the gas station, to go to Chick-fil-A or these other nasty restaurants, people see you. What is the difference on the space of the internet? Get used to it. Embrace yourself. You're great. You're good enough. Be seen. Be seen. Especially to young people. I hear that all the time. I don't want to be seen. You are allowing your vision of how others may see you, which is really a reflection of how you feel about yourself, to stop you from something so beautiful. Because in the world of content, again, you never know who's watching, and it could be a platform for you to express, to earn an income, to start a new path of creation. Really, when I say I'm a speaker, I often say motivational speaker, but I'm just a speaker. What I say sounds great. Thank you, Jackie, with love, for liking the live. It sounds great. Whatever I say is going to sound great. It's often empowering. However, if I say this warm milk will help you go to sleep, you'll want to hear it. I believe I am starting a new path for other speakers, people who just sound good. You just want to listen to them. Maybe you want to listen to them reading a book. Maybe you want to listen to them saying something empowering. Maybe you just want to listen to them talk about how they tie their shoes and iron their shirts. But it's not really one thing. It's just their ability to speak. Show up, speak, be seen, accept being seen, accept yourself, because it comes back to that thing of acceptance, of acceptance, of acceptance. And I understand that. I understand. What's up? Uh-oh, I see one of my homies from Frankfurt just came into the live. What's up? What's up? I'm recording and recording a podcast at the same time. But yeah, I do have friends all around the world. So what's up? What's up? What's up? I've been checking out a lot of your content because since I follow you, it pops up and you make me smile. Kian the Great. This is a creator that I met while I was in Germany 2 2 days prior to me giving my TEDx talk. And this is why I'm talking about create content, because I talk to everyone, and I saw these creators, and I told my niece, who's cute, I said, they're TikTokers, because they had the ring light. And I said, those are TikTokers. I can see a TikToker from a mile away. And I gravitated to them and started speaking. And some are dancers, some do comedy, some do funny content. And that's the beauty of creating content. You can just create what you want and build your own lane. And what I loved about these individuals was we all were creating in our own way, and there was a respect and a love and a sharing of our creations. And we went and had a meal, and then they went to create, and I said, I gotta go to sleep, I gotta speak. So I'm glad you jumped into the live. I jump into your brother's lives all the time because he seems to be on live all the time. However, back to the acceptance and the authenticity of yourself. I understand how it can feel uncomfortable. Get over that. It's only uncomfortable because of your fear of what you think others are thinking, which is really yourself. It's yourself. It's how you're not building yourself up, you're tearing yourself down. Accept and go. And here's how I offer that shift. What is the other option? You want to create, but you're not going to because you don't want to be seen. Okay, what's the opposite of that? Being seen. So you have to choose one. Choose one. Just choose and go. Instead of operating how you have been, choose a different route, choose a different lane, and go with pride, with excellence, with knowing that, yeah, I can, and I will, and I have. This feels good. It will feel uncomfortable. That's a part of it. The feeling of comfort through everything, it's just like whack. Accept that you are exceptional. Accept that for you to be seen enables others to be seen. Accept that when you take that step towards what you want to do, and this is specifically within content and content creation, you are making the lane for yourself. And it's worthy, and it's needed, and it's necessary, because in this content space, there's something for everyone. It doesn't have to be, okay, what you cooking? I didn't know you cooked. Then why'd we go out to eat? I'm kidding. Go cook. There's something for everyone. You may be that content creator with millions of followers, or you may not, and still have a beautiful life with a following that's engaging and really appreciates you and supports everything you do. But you'll never know if you continue to just say no to yourself. I believe in content creation. I believe in being seen. I believe in the beauty of art however it shows up. And that really means allowing yourself to show up. Show up. Show up. You're worthy of showing up. And when you accept that you are, you're accepting that new reality that's waiting, that new life, those new followers, that new source of income, that new feeling of I did it, I've done it, I'm great, I'm building. I can put a pin in that and say I really did it. And that's powerful. That's why I speak. In school, teachers would often say, Hope is a great student. She just talks too much. So I do my work. So what if I talk? Now it's brought me this. And I love that. So believe in your greatness. Believe in your ability to be present and go forward and what you can create, because you never know who's watching. You never know who you'll affect, touch, change, or uplift. And you never know what you are creating when you decide to say yes. Say yes to yourself. Step into your power. Step into your presence. And truly fulfill your chapter. We have chapters in life. Fulfill this chapter in any way that you see it. And once you're done with it, start a new chapter. I do that all the time. I was a flight attendant. I was a makeup artist. I was a model. I was a vintage seller. I was a solo traveler. a live-in girlfriend. All of these things. And then I said, okay, yeah, what's next? What's next for you? Imagine it, write it down, start it immediately. Start before you have time to allow those thoughts to stop you from starting. I think this was the first great podcast for me. And what's up? Oh, thank you. I love the hearts, the thumbs up, and the happy face. I will close this, and I'm still going to be on live. I'm going to close off the podcast with, your shining light is always there, but until you actually shine it for others to see, it doesn't benefit us. And there's a reason why everyone has a light. Show up to shine and continue. I haven't named it. Suggestions? I believe it's just going to be Hope is Speaking, because everything is Hope is Speaking. This is Hope is Speaking. My website, Hope is Speaking. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm going to edit this and put this up on my YouTube and Patreon. And then there will also be tiered Patreon behind the paywall where we'll go into some other things, maybe dating and things like this, or just confidence with speaking, because I'm great with that. So be great. Continue to be great. And I will be great too, because I'm Hope, and that's what I do. This is the end of my first podcast that I said, yeah, I'm going to do my first podcast tomorrow. And I've done it, because today is that tomorrow. And yeah, all of my branding is Hope is Speaking. Everything is under that umbrella, except maybe my food stuff. Get some good lip gloss, some water, some rest, and I will see you on the next podcast. This is really fun. I love this. Wow. Yeah, in the chat, what are the topics? Tell me some topics you would like to see. Goodbye. That's the end of the podcast, but I'm going to stay on. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I will stay on live. Okay, there we go. That was great. That was great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm all for, like, just do it. Make it happen. Make it, go for it. As I said, you never know who's watching. Thank you for all the gifts. Thank you for the true support, because I have so many. Thank you, Tay. I appreciate that. I'm just going full force now. I feel very creative. Thank you. So yeah, I'm going to edit it and immediately put it onto my Hope is Speaking YouTube, as well as my Patreon. Both are in my link in bio. If you would like to donate in any way, you can. Oh, no. Nervous? No. I'm excited, but nervous? No. No, because it's great. To me, there's no way I can mess up. And nervousness and excitement are the same thing in the human brain. Um, So the only difference is if you say you're nervous, your brain will start to provide you with examples of why you are nervous. You're sweating, but if I say I'm excited, your brain will grasp onto what excitement feels like. But I never feel nervous, especially speaking, being in front of people, or any new endeavors. I feel excited. I feel excited, and as I said, if you would like to donate, there's new equipment that I'm going to purchase. I actually have a great setup, but another camera. You can donate in any way. My Venmo and Cash App is in my link in bio if you would like. I don't feel nervous. I can't think of a time. There's a newness, especially like, exactly. And this is what I do. Like, this is what I did on the TED Talk stage. I'm just talking, and I like it. And it's a skill. It's an art. I've honed this skill, and I feel great about it. I don't really get nervous. That's the thing. I don't there's no one that makes me feel nervous. I've been around several notable people. I have that same energy, so no one makes. I haven't been around anyone that's made me feel nervous. When was the last time I felt nervous? Maybe if I like a guy, but in that case, I typically aren't. I don't know. It's been quite a while since like someone made me nervous because I actually liked them enough. But no nerves. When do I feel nervous? I don't really, have that feeling of nervousness, because that's a feeling of like maybe unpreparedness. I don't feel that. I feel good. I feel empowered. I set up this whole day to do this, and so this is where I feel the pride in myself for doing it. Also, just consistently showing up, because now I'm in this space and analyzing what speaker means to me, opening up in other ways. There's some workshops that are being built as far as speaking workshops, just being able to use your voice, not necessarily for speaking on a stage, but communications within work, being able to confidently express yourself. All sorts of creative endeavors that we can do. This is why I love content creation and other creators that I meet. Thank you, happiness. How did I become so confident? I always have felt this way. I give a lot of it to my parents. I really had a beautiful space of maybe my first grade. I had like 2 boyfriends in the same classroom when I was in kindergarten, so I don't know if they made me nervous. Men don't really make me nervous. I make them nervous. I like to say it's my parents. I really had a beautiful space to be me, and I was raised with a lot of love and laughter and support, and I have a large family. I have 4 sisters. My parents are centered around their love of Christ, and that was always their foundation. And we traveled and laughed, and I was just allowed to be a child. Uh, I had a beautiful space of a safe environment. We read a lot. We would go to museums a lot. I just always felt safe within my skin and within my home and within whatever I was at the time. And that's it. Me and all my sisters are like this. So we were always talking. So you had to be able to say, nah, I'm talking now, because it would get loud at the dinner table every night. We would sit down at the dinner table every night. So I asked my father, how did you teach us to embody this? Because my father was a business owner and I would have to work the phones. Child labor. I always worked in my dad's office. And he told me that you can't teach that, because if you don't believe what you're talking about, it shows. It shows in your body posture. It shows how the words flow out of your mouth. And that's the reason how great salespeople, they don't sell you anything. They're having a story with you. They're having a conversation. They're actually listening to you. They actually get to know you. They're not just trying to get a sell. They would say, Hope, you don't need this. This would work for you. This is the type of camera you need, not selling me something that I don't need. So ultimately, I have always known that I'm smart. That helps. And I'm loved. That helps. I have an amazing set of parents that I'm grateful for, that I love and love me. And I love myself. And I don't listen to people. My parents would double down on this. And because of that, I've been able to just jump and do different things and build my confidence in things that I've done. Like this, I just said, yeah, I'm going to start the podcast tomorrow. And I do it. And then I see, okay, I've done it. That built some confidence in me. And when I moved to London, I want to move to London. Okay, I did it. Okay, I want to move to Paris. Okay, I did it. I want to move to Hawaii. Okay, I did it. I've been able just to do these things without fear, because I know I can do it. I know I can do it. There are times where my belief may waver. However, when I do something, I know it will get done. It takes time, it takes effort, but of course it does. What's the other option? What's the other option? From working in my dad's office, I knew I never wanted an office job, which is a little bit adverse, because I went to school for psychology, and then I said, but I do love people. I like to study people. I study people anyway, and I was doing that as a flight attendant and observing people. And I would tell my dad, I never want to do this. I don't want to go into an office every day under terrible fluorescent lighting. I just don't. And I always saw my father create. He was in corporate. He was in finance. Then he started his own thing, and he was an entrepreneur. And I would see him be excited and put ads in papers and do this and do that, and things would work out, or they wouldn't. But I just knew that's a part of it. So there's nothing in me that ever thinks like I cannot do it. Of course I can. Of course I can. I've been traveling the world on my own since I was 22. I was able to invest. Yeah, thank you. I tell them then. They say, girl, be quiet. But they did. They did. And I really love and respect my parents. I love and respect their foundation. I love and respect their ability to allow me to choose my path. It was never, you have to do this or else. I mean, there may be that, but I mean, I don't really remember. That was a long time ago since I've lived at home. But I still have that space to speak to them. When I had that need of encouragement yesterday, that's who I call. I'll call my mom or my dad. My dad was a pastor. He would always speak. He would speak life into people. He's that good guy that people would call and counsel and all of that. So there's a combination of things. And although I do not align with religion as a whole, I do understand the presence and what it can bring. And the belief in something may be beneficial. A foundation is beneficial. I also try, because my parents would always say, you can always come home. I always knew if something didn't work, I could always go back home. Now, I've never utilized that, but even that ability to know that that was there, that was there. Knowing that I'm building my story. I've always said I saw myself as this Renaissance woman that had traveled the world and had lovers all over the world, and really learned about me. Yeah, it's comforting, but learning about me, I really know myself. I've really been with myself, traveling the world, living abroad, learning, accepting, hitting walls. I know me. And I love how I learn about others and cultures and places just through throwing myself into it. That my confidence comes from a space of, I'm okay. And even if I think I'm not, I am. I come from, and I believe we all come from, really noble, amazing people. Most will never know about, that allowed us to be here. And I'm a reflection of that. I'm just continuing the story. And I have always wanted to be a notable, graceful, gracious woman, where someone looks at me and says, wow, she is really smart and incredible. Like when I'm 60, that I'm seen as that woman. She's traveled, she's done it, she's done this, she is like our sage. I've always wanted that. So I've had to do the work to get there. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I have a line of beautiful, graceful, powerful, poignant, inspiring, loving, gentle women that I've came from, that I know and don't know. And to honor them is to honor the full self of me. And I remember my grandmother saying, who transitioned earlier this year, she said, girl, I never cared about age. You're going to age anyway. You might as well make it look good and enjoy it. And that's how I've seen the age. I've never seen it as like, oh my gosh, look how, it's a beauty. It's a beautiful thing to acquire time. It's a beautiful thing to acquire wisdom and knowledge and go through life saying, I lived. I've really lived. Changing my look, changing careers, changing where I live. I think the next space would be like a family. That would be the next space. So I just like me. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just like me. And the beauty of that is I get to choose. I'm going to make this a great life. That's the choice. That is the choice. A great life. What else would it be? And I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I feel inspired in so many ways. I'm in a new space. I'm just, I'm open to receiving life. And I'm encouraged. I really have fun. I really, really have fun. And I love what I do. And I love encouraging. And I love when I was at my TED Talk and some young woman came with her eyes like, oh my gosh, it's you, it's Hope. And seeing that and seeing anyone who feels inspired by anything that I've shared, it's a feeling that has yet to be matched. So, what's another challenge? There's other challenges that I will continue at for myself, for my growth. And my belief, because there was a resistance, especially in my space of speaking, of like, okay, I'm accomplishing, especially TED is a huge accomplishment. And now there's more things. And believing, yes, of course, that's always a part of it. And I will be traveling more with speaking. The goal is to just build, I like speaking outside of the US. I always say I'm an international speaker. And I like to speak outside the US. However, I will speak in the US as well. And that's how I travel. I like traveling in the sense of it's my occupation and I'm going somewhere to speak. And that was also my resistance of like, okay, how am I going to build this up to the same amount of financial abundance and income? And then I said, Hope, that's where you have, stop with the how. Stop with the how. Just do and keep showing up and keep building. This whole how will come. Just do and continue. Continue. So yes, I am traveling. I'm traveling this week. And I travel differently because being a flight attendant, like once I retired, it was so lovely, like not traveling. Yes, 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 yes. And even like wherever I go outdoors, because you know I love being outside. I do. And someone had suggested that even I'm with my planner, my content planner, she was like, do stuff outside. And I said, definitely. But when I travel as well, because I'm an avid lover of the outdoors, hiking is my special place. If anyone wants to impress me, take me hiking. Well, take me away hiking. And there was a gentleman and he said, let's go hiking. I said, that's great. You know, I love being outside. And he said, okay, let's fly to Santa Barbara and go hiking in the mountain range, the coastal mountain range, right outside of Santa Barbara. And I was like, this is perfect. This is perfect. So the next space would be definitely the Dolomites. The Dolomites, the Alps, the other European mountain ranges. I do want to do, there's a wonder, I also love waterfalls. I love water, but I love waterfalls. If a hike with a waterfall at the end is like lovely. And then go back to a nice boutique hotel. I love boutique hotels or eclectic hotels, like a small design hotels. It's a hotel group and they are eclectic hotels that have like, I stayed in one, I think in Tulum, where the water came in from the, the Swiss Alps, yes. The water actually came from the ocean, and my sister came and stayed with me. It was in almost like a clay hut, but it's these hipster type hotel stays from the design hotel group, where the soap is handmade by locals down the street, and the water actually was not desalted. So when you took a shower or brushed your teeth, the water was actually salty. And there was nets around the bed, and my younger sister was like, "No, we have to leave here." And I said, "Blessed Tone, what's up?" I said, "I love this." Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. I've done camping with my dad. What up, Blessed Tone? I now prefer to do the hiking and all the things outdoors and then go to the boutique hotel. I will camp, however, a nice tent with an air mattress. I mean, the tents now, you can have a 4-room tent with a shower and Wi-Fi. Very nice, but I will not like rough it. I did that when I went with my niece. Girl Scouts, we went upstate New York. Man, you missed a beautiful message. And my first podcast, I recorded it on live, where this is like the after show. Now, the thing was, my sister just, I never roughed it. I never roughed it, ever. As a kid, I don't think you really know, because my dad would be one of the chaperones with us on our Girl Scouts trips. But I went with my niece, this was probably 5 or 6 years ago, on her Girl Scout trip upstate New York, and we camped. And luckily, I had edibles that I ate that entire time, because we had a tent and a sleeping bag that went right over the rocks, and I could feel every rock. And we had to go into the camp showers, which I don't enjoy. And so that I did for my niece, because she was like 6 or 7 at the time. But I wouldn't do that ever again. I would camp on a beach, like, because it's a beach and it's typically warmer. And you don't, like, there's certain things, but I would glamp. Yes, so outdoors, waterfalls. There's a underground waterfall in Nashville. When I went to this Toastmasters convention last year in Nashville, it was about 2 hours, I think, south of Nashville, where it's this underwater waterfall. There's all of these beautiful hikes and waterfalls. Waterfalls, I love water, but I really love a waterfall. And Hawaii has so many. Maui is like land of waterfalls. Waterfalls, I love a steep incline because it works out the glutes and the legs. I I enjoy all of that in every way. So outdoors, cycling, mountain biking, outside, I love snow. I haven't been snowboarding since I was like a teenager, and I do love snow sports and then going inside of a warm hotel. Yeah. There's some beautiful hikes and like scenery there. So Memphis, I didn't get to, but I would. I definitely would. Um, I've been throughout California, the whole Sierra Nevadas, because that was my backyard, and we would fish and hike there. Sailing is another thing. I had signed up to start sailing lessons so I can learn a sailor's knot and nautical miles. All of those things are in my next chapter. As well as my PADI license, PADI, my scuba certification, all of those great things, which I'm really excited about. Aside from traveling and speaking and what else? Concerts, cooking, the things I love to do. So I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged in every day just to stay open and stay flexible. And I love animals, period, right? And I do claim, technically yes, I will say yes. I have a favorite though. There's 3 dogs. I have a favorite, and I love all 3. And I see how dogs are like children, because I've had cats for several years. In my childhood years, we always had dogs. And well, in the sense that compared to a cat, because a cat, you don't need to do anything. You don't have to walk it. You don't clean up after it. You don't have to entertain it. Whereas a dog, you do have to clean up after it. You do have to be a bit more attentive. You do have to take them out for walks and play with them in that sense. That's really the comparison. And I like that because I'm active. I love being the hot girl with the dogs, or being on a hiking trail with the dogs. And I've always saw myself running up a mountain with dogs. Yeah, dogs are quite an investment, and I love them. It actually opens my mind for motherhood. Because I'm good at it. I can control all 3 dogs, and like they have their different personalities and mannerisms, and there is a consistency, and it's kind of like a daily thing. So yes, I love cats. I love dogs. I love all animals. I've always loved animals. I'm just a lover of this experience. Love you too, Katana Cat. I'm already in my, well, yeah, it seems like it. Especially, yeah, it seems like it. And yeah, and I have some people that are like, you're like my mom. And I say, I am, but I'm not. I'm not. I love the world. I just love my experience. I give love. I receive love. I am love. I really am. And I had an experience that was, yeah. I had my last cat when I was in Maui was my heart. She was like me. She was active. She loved water. She came to me from the Maui Humane Shelter. Well, here's the thing, Katana Cat. There's already me. So if there's me, there's others. And I share that because when I see that statement, it's not that it's out of like, but if there's me, that means I had to get these ideals from someone. So that means that there's others. And there are. There are. I'm the best, but there's others. Uh, I had a cat. She loved water like me. She loved riding in the car. She loved getting under the car when I would detail my car. And she had an unfortunate accident where she was attacked by an animal. We believe it was a dog. And she didn't make it. Her lung was punctured. It was quite sad because I had to rush her to the vet. However, what I learned in that was I had her for about a year. What I learned in that was to truly be in the moment, especially with pets, with people, with places, with everything, because that moment is what you have. And then after that, it's done. So I love her. She's always with me. The memory is always with me. And yeah, and grief teaches quite a bit because I learned through that and through a friend transitioning through an overdose, the beauty of grief, how to be open to grief, how to process grief. It is individual. It is flowing. It's a wave. It is constant. It is not taught, especially within the US or Western society. And there can be a benefit to grief and being open to what you feel without pushing it away. And there are many lessons that I learned and am still learning with and through grief. So I'm just inspired to grow through whatever I may endure or learn from. And grief is a huge part because it is a part of this experience. And even with that, now what I learned from like the transition of my grandmother, I don't believe my knowing is it's just a transference of energy. I still feel the presence. It's maybe this form isn't here, but they are present. And I have another guardian or angel to assist in the ways that I need to be assisted. So what have we learned? We've learned that to do is to grow, meaning the podcast is done. I'm going to immediately go edit it and put it up and sit with a sense of pride of having a thought, especially with holistically healing, holistically hilarious. Had suggested like, yeah, go do it. She told me that last night. It was planted in my head, and now as soon as I get it, go, put it out, go, put it out. No longer is it, I don't know if today's great. What am I guessing? Just go. You're great. Just go. The more that you do it, the easier, the better, the more knowledge, all of it. However, to have an idea and put it out is like a superpower. Me redoing my links in bio, as I said, if you would like to donate in any way for new equipment, my Venmo and Cash App, the gifts in any way, I'm all for just self-starting. And this is why I mentioned I had started buying equipment years ago. And then there was that fear of, what am I going to say? Why would I say it? What am I going to do? So I had sat on the equipment. I had it. And that's a part of the process. I also see that as a part of the process. What's up, cool Aaron? That was maybe an incubation period, but now that's completely done. Now, as soon as I feel it, it's being done. And observing all of those parts and seeing the beauty in your creations, whether that is you being at your place of business, you with your family. What's up, cool Aaron? You feeling stronger within yourself, within your journey in life, within your growth, whatever that is. Challenging your growth, challenging what's for you, challenging the challenge and going, and saying yes and doing it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And the beauty of doing it is it's done. That's it. It's done. And I just see all of this in such a lovely space, you know? Just going without fear, surrendering. Everything is here. Everything's for me. I'm no longer questioning how, why, when, how much. Just put it out, just do it, and trust and believe and know it's all working. So that's the space that I'm in. And using my voice to encourage, to build, to smile, to laugh, to share, to truly create. And that's what I will continue to do. And with that, I am just really excited. I'm really excited. Cool, Aaron. You came in on the after party, but I just recorded for the podcast, which will be on Hope is Speaking, my YouTube, as well as Patreon. And there will be a Patreon behind the paywall, which we'll get into some nitty gritty. Any suggestions? I already have some things as far as confidence and speaking and maybe just showing up, traveling. So the beauty is you just saw just someone saying yes and doing it. And that's what I continue to do, because it may inspire someone to try something. And just to continue to feel the beauty in life, because it is beautiful. There's great things always. And now I'm hungry, because whenever I talk a lot, I get really hungry. And I'll eat and put this up. So subscribe to the YouTube. I am posting this tonight. I just want it out. I said I did it. Now I'll edit it and I'll put it out, and it's done. And I'm excited, and I'm excited for everyone who's here, because you're a part of it. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful, and I will continue, because what is the other option? I can't quit. I already went through that last night. I can't just quit. And that was powerful for me to share, because even that thought of like quitting, how? To do what? What's the other option? No. That was a purposeful thought to grow from. Yes, an elevated life. And continue to elevate and continue to grow and be able to give myself the words of empowerment when I need it. And feel the beauty of what that has brought. So as I bring this to an end, always be the reflection of love, because we all come from an infinite source of love. Show up. Make it look good when you show up. You know, I say, don't you come in them dirty pajamas, holes in the shirt, stained flippy floppy pants. Now we looking good over here, okay? One and done, the jumpsuit. I love a jumpsuit. I can just jump in and jump out. This is always my travel outfit. Whenever I travel, I wear a jumpsuit because it's one and done. And it looks presentable. You will never see me in sweats. In fact, I don't have any. Show up, continue to show up, and do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. You know, I wanna do it. So do it, do it. Remember that song? But do it. This was the thought, and then I said, I gotta get this out. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Whatever you see, do it. Do it. With or without the equipment, do it. The pride you feel within yourself once it's done is incredibly magnetic, therapeutic, magical, and inspiring. So I will continue, and I will show up tomorrow, and probably not over the weekend, because I fully live over the weekend. Usually Fridays I don't, but tomorrow I'll show up again. And go subscribe to my YouTube. All of my lives are on my YouTube. There will be new content. I'm switching. I'm taking some, thank you, Aaron. Taking, just transitioning a little bit more. And it's all great stuff, but it's based around speaking, confidence, and me. So do it, be great, have the confidence to know that you're a conqueror, and you are always more incredible than you see yourself in this moment. That's it. We have done it. And whenever I see people doing this, it is like, stop doing that. It's called a mic that is multi-directional for a reason. Wherever it's put, it will capture your voice. That's annoying to me. All right, I won't, Maureen. When people say literally, because you could just say the word. So if you said, I literally wore that shirt, you could just say I wore that shirt. Because actually saying I wore that shirt is the literal meaning of it. And what else is annoying to me? Low key or high key. And I'm not going to lie. When someone says, I'm not going to lie, like, well, what's the intention to lie? I don't know. Those are some of my icks. So I won't transition, Maureen44. Thank you for all the gifts. Again, I will say my TEDx talk is in my link in bio. If you would like to donate in any way for equipment for the podcast, Venmo or Cash App me, or just show up. That's dedicated. That is adding. It really is. So thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Subscribe to the YouTube. This is going up. I'm going to edit now. That's how fired up I am about this. I love you. Bye.